I was born in Detroit, Michigan in 1945. I grew up and was raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And after I graduated from high school, very soon after that, I entered the U.S. Navy. When I was in the Navy one time, one of the opportunities I had was we actually made a world cruise. So we took our ship completely around the world, which is very unusual. I was a young man. It was my first opportunity to be overseas, and I was fortunate enough to go over there and back without any major problems.
I have many hobbies, been blessed with the creative talents, and one of my favorite is drawing, art, and some painting. And the joy of drawing is that when you begin that drawing, you think about, oh, what's it going to look like? And that's encouraging. Sometimes, oh, it doesn't look so good. And then other times it looks good, and you fix it and you work at it. And when the final edition of it is done, when it's all done, it's a surprise and it's joyful. And many times these pictures that I've done, I've shared with other people and given them away.
So shortly after I got out of the Navy, I met my wife, Catherine. We actually met at a swimming pool.
He's looking at me and he's saying hi. And he said, oh, would you like to come out and get some ice cream?
We started talking, and I asked her for her phone number. And later that day I called her. And
I liked him. Most because he was funny. When the car pulled out the driveway and my one sister said, that looks like Frank. And I went, oh no, we have a date. And I forgot. So of course I hurried upstairs and got dressed. And I had to tell him, sorry to keep you waiting.
And that began a courtship that lasted for not that long, because we were actually married 1 year after we met. There was something about that kiss. So Kathy and I were married in her local church, and the wedding reception was at Kathy's house, and we just had a good time. And after the wedding, Kathy and I took off for Niagara Falls. We've had the opportunity to travel more, and I guess I've been to about 25 countries in my life. Every place you go different it's always an adventure, and it's always good to meet new people and learn new customs. I was a photographer most of my life. In the last 15 years I've done it professionally, and I've just always enjoyed taking pictures. I like to go fishing on a warm summer day and just laying back and relax and think. It's okay if I don't catch any fish. I'm not going to eat them anyhow. I'm just going to put them back. Kathy and I have been married for 50 years, so I've spent the largest part of my life being married. And Kathy's been a wonderful blessing to my life, wonderful partner. We love each other very much. We're very similar and very different. We enjoy each other's company. We're still each other's best friend after all these years. We did have some struggles along the way, and at one point in time Kathy went through a period where she was very depressed, and it was very hard on her and I and the children. She pretty much lost interest in everything. she would have bouts of crying, and there wasn't anything I could do, and it was a very scary period in our life. It was at that time that Kathy came to the Lord, and that was the beginning of our walk with Jesus, and she recovered from her depression.
Well, you know, I had this encounter with God, and praise Him, because my life, my marriage, my home, all about my life. Without Him, it would be not where we are today.
There's a baby in a manger. To me, he's no stranger. He gives me gifts of love, sent from my Father above. He'll not be a stranger to me, for His love is real and free.
We can remember our wedding day like yesterday. If I treat Kathy as though I want her to be the happiest person in the world, and she treats me as if she wants me to be the happiest person in the world.
This married life is going on now 50 years. It's been a good one. It's been a happy one. And that's because Jesus Christ is in our lives, in our marriage, in our hearts. We live for God. That's really what makes a marriage. He's got to be that third person in the couple's marriage. He needs to be the center. And when you put Him as the center, and when you put your spouse above yourself, the marriage is good. And so work it that way, and He will bless it, and you will be blessed. And look to Jesus in your marriage, and He'll show you how to do it and to live, as the world says, happily ever after.